Season's greetings, Internet. It's your old pal Oxleymations here again with another interesting vintage product review. So, obviously, in keeping with the season, we're going to be doing something that's, well, seasonal. I should probably adjust my hat a little bit. But anyway, we're doing something seasonal. And what's one thing that's heavily associated with winter? That's right, snow! So for today's particular video, what's another thing you can do with snow? What's that? Yes, you can throw snowballs at your sister, or your brother, or both for that matter. But you can make big snowballs, and you can build snow people. That's also correct. So for today's particular video, we're going to be taking a look at a product from a company that's, well, they're more known for like their Halloween decorations and just like their little knickknacks that like dance around, kind of like the, what was it, that Snowbill, as I named him, the dancing snowman, you know, that sings Santa Claus is coming to town, and then he does like the cool little spin. In the same vein as Snowbill, we're going to be taking a look at another, I can't even say forgotten because, well, they talk about this goofball every year, and apparently someday during the December season is his birthday. See if you can guess from that. But I got myself a little off the rails there for a second. We're talking about a product that was made by the Gemmy Toy Corporation, or the Gemmy, the Gemmy Corporation. The same people who brought us such creations as Douglas Fir over here. That'll be enough of that there. The power button didn't want to click. But anyway, the same company that made Douglas Fir over here. Only this was several years later. This isn't one of their animated holiday toys that they're more known for. This is basically just a nice little plush stuffed animal, which, as you should be aware from the title over here, your little Christmas present underneath the fiber optic tree, we're going to be taking a look at this little dork right here. A 1999 Gemmy Industries, let me just double check myself, yes, Gemmy Industries Frosty the Snowman, with an added bonus. Now, some of you may be familiar with this little goofball thanks to a video I did back during Oktoberfest where I went thrift shopping, and I actually found this guy back in October. And well, I've just kind of been holding on to him for this particular time of the year, and as y'all can probably tell, I believe I said in that video up there that I was going to try and sell him, but he hasn't sold yet, so I still have him, so now I get to talk about him. As I was stating initially, this little goofball was made by Gemmy. This was produced in the year 1999, when apparently the old Rankin Bass Christmas specials were having a resurgence, I guess. Because it seems like that was the year that they started pushing out a lot, and I mean a lot, of merchandise from Rankin Bass Productions. Like, there's this Frosty who is very clearly based off of his animated counterpart. There was, of course, from another company called Stuffins, was the traffic cop from that particular special, and I did look it up. That's this character's name. They don't give him an actual name, he's just referred to as Traffic Cop. But like I said, there was Frosty here from Gemmy Industries. There was this guy from Stuffins, also made in 1999. And there were countless Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer thingamajigs. There were Hermie the Elf, there was Yukon Cornelius, there was the Island of Misfit Toys, the toys from that particular part. All kinds of fancy, finicky, goofy stuff, including Frosty here. Now, this isn't the most, what's the word I'm looking for here? This isn't the most exciting, well, we should probably get him out of the lighting so you can actually see my face and it's not going to be in shadow. But it's not the most exciting Gemmy animated piece because, well, it's not animated. It's a singing soft toy, and it is very nice and soft and plush, and very clean for being an item from 1999. The only spot that I could find on him is this one little spot right here. You might not even be able to see it. It's like about the size of a grain of rice, maybe not even quite that big. The only other problem that I found with this guy when I found him at the Goodwill way back in October is the fact that the battery compartment, apparently at some point, I don't know if it was from the manufacturer or someone was replacing the batteries, but they over-tightened the main screw that holds the compartment together and wound up cracking the plastic. Let me see if I can just rip open his back and show y'all what I'm referring to. If you notice, like, let me get right lighting up. There it was for a second. Come on, light work with me. There we go. If you notice this big crack running right down along the center, thankfully that doesn't do anything to... Oh, there's another rather obvious break right there. That doesn't do anything to deter the toy from doing its function, from actually doing what it's supposed to do. So he still works, thankfully. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he might have had a little bit of corrosion in the battery compartment, but I cleaned that all out as best as I was able to the best of my ability. My hat is trying to inhale my face. Get back, Christmas hat. There we go. But like I was saying, he still works. I want to say he works perfectly. Like, he doesn't have like a, Douglas over here with that kind of squeaky thing going on with his voice box. Squeaky, scratchy thing going on. He doesn't sound like, "Hi, I'm Douglas." Yeah, you can actually understand what he's saying. With Douglas over there, it's kind of like interpreting what a baby is saying. You gotta kind of listen to it, and you gotta like think about what the words are supposed to be. Regardless, Frosty also came with his original hat, which is good because, according to the song, it must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, nothing. Because, of course, it's not going to do anything unless you push the little button in his hand. Which I should also mention, it's not shown, unlike a lot of other products that I've seen, that have like a singing or dancing function. Usually it'll have a little thing on the hand here that says like press to play or press on off or something like that. This particular Frosty does not have that. It's not this hand, as you can tell, because I'm like squishing the stuffing out of it, and it's not doing nothing. It's in this one. And another thing I've got to say, having heard the song that this plays, it is not the song that you would think it was, or it's not the version of the song you'd think it is. Because you'd think it would be like Jimmy Durante's "Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, ha-cha-cha-cha-cha." It's not like that. It's a completely different musician, or a different singer altogether. Oh, there's an animal hair stuck in his foot. Must have missed that when I was cleaning him up. But it's a completely different singer. It still sounds okay, but it's a little jarring because you see this face and the way it's designed, and it should usually immediately just make you think of the Rankin Bass special. Sorry, more. I'm inhaling some of the fibers coming off of this thing. But it makes you think of that particular Frosty, that particular version of the song, but it's not that song. So, without further delay, I've been running my gab long enough, as I'm sure you are probably already thinking the same thing, like, get on with it, just stop doing this and push the button. So, that's exactly what I'm going to do in T-minus now. Oh, come on, you were working just a second ago. Hopefully when I put his battery thing back in, it didn't tear a wire or anything. There it is.
Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy snow, with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of gold. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy
a button nose and two eyes made out of coal. And he doesn't sing the whole song, it's literally just that right there. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of coal. Cut. Frosty, you heard what he sang. So, like I said, he's a different kind of Frosty the Snowman. And I still have to say I like him for what he is and the fact that he actually does something. It's not just a cute little knick-knack to have sitting on your shelf during the holiday season. You can push the button and have him sing to you in a weird, stuffy-nosed kind of voice. And also, I can pair him up with his little cop buddy over here. And they're both still in fantastic condition for having been from 1999, having come from that era. As am I, of course. Then again, I'm about 10 years older than that, so... Anyway, so I guess I'm going to go ahead and stop right there. And we'll wrap this up. So I'm going to let Frosty sing one more time, and then we'll conclude the video. Ready? Are you ready, Frosty? I said, are you ready, Frosty? Well, ready or not, here we go. The snowman was a jolly happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of coal. Have a holly jolly one. Later.